Yeah, hi there. These comments are for Gigi, and I am Michael, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons. And in your situation, so you took the TOEFL exam and you got 73. Your reading score is 14, listening score is 17, your speaking score is 22, and your writing score is 20. You say, I am from Brazil and English is my second language. Currently I'm studying finance in Canada, but the university obligated me to have a score higher than 95 to be accepted and apply for my admission. I'd probably say apply for my admission in my bachelor's degree. I'd probably just say this. How can you help me? Do you think that the online course offers, I would make this singular, offers supply the necessity with all the tips for reading and so on? I'm going to say probably not. I mean, there's other things that you have to do. If you want to go from 73 to 95, you're not going to get it in a TOEFL book or not just in my online TOEFL course. And my course is not designed to give you tips, just tips for reading, listening, speaking, writing. If you want tips, use another course. You do not want my course. The purpose of my online course is to build your academic English language proficiency, to make you more proficient with your vocabulary, your grammar, your pronunciation, your listening, your reading, your speaking and writing. That's my goal, is to help you become more proficient in those 7 areas. Now, of course, as you become more proficient with your academic English language proficiency, then you become more proficient with, I think, your TOEFL score. All right, so let's take a look at some things that you have to do. So first of all, you have to get in the habit of reading every day for 45 minutes. This is very important. You should also listen, practice listening for 45 minutes each day. Now, when we're talking about reading, my suggestion is newspapers, magazines, and books. Don't read boring TOEFL reading passages. That's not the best way to improve your reading. If you just need some tips, that's fine. You can get a TOEFL book to get all the tips you need. But the last I checked, your reading score here is horrible. It's not good at all. It's 14. Now, if you are 22 or 23 points out of 30 and needed 25, then maybe I might say, you can review some of the test-taking strategies for the reading section of the exam. You can become more familiar with the reading question types, but that's not where you are right now with reading, right? So you need to really sit down and start reading every day. Now, with listening, my recommendation is to use English TV if you have it, watch news, documentary, history, and especially science programs. That's going to be good. Now, my third suggestion is to really focus on note-taking. As you do the reading and the listening practice, you should be taking notes about the main points and the most important supporting points of the reading and the listening passages. Get it in note form. Day 1, beginning today. Even if you don't join my online course, follow these suggestions. I promise you it will help you. You will get very good results. It'll probably take you a few months, maybe 2 to 4 months, for you to reach your goal. But if you follow my tips, you will be able to reach your goal. Look at me here. There's really no shortcut to really building long-lasting academic English language proficiency. That's my goal for you. Now, as you're doing the reading, listening, and note-taking practice using your notes, I want you to write 3 250-word summaries each week. Now, your writing is already pretty good, but you still need to improve. So you should be writing maybe 3 250-word summaries on a weekly basis. And I helped one of my students last year. He went from 21 on the writing to 29 on the writing. So how would you feel about getting 8 points higher in the writing? Now, I can't guarantee that because every student is different, right? and we all learn English different. We don't progress exactly the same. We don't have the same brains. Okay, now, in addition to doing the writing practice, I recommend that you give maybe 3 60-second oral summaries. I think this is also important. This is going to help you also. So what you're doing is you're using your notes and you're speaking about the information. Now whenever you do anything that's voice recorded, or anything that you do, or excuse me, anything that you do orally, which means when you're speaking about things and doing speaking practice, you should record your voice so you can listen to your pronunciation, you can focus on your language use, and also your topic development. Now guess what? These first 5 suggestions have really nothing to do with my online course. Nothing. But they have everything to do with helping you get better results here. I'm telling you. Now what is my recommendation here? I'm going to say right now, 60% of your time you should be spending doing these first 5 suggestions. Now number 6, join my course. I can also help you, but remember, going back to, does my online course offer everything that you need? It does not. These first 5 things you need to be doing on your own. Now 40% of your time, no doubt, you can start going through the lessons in my online TOEFL course. But remember, I want you to really understand that by using the language, by reading, by listening, by note-taking, by writing and speaking about what you're practicing, this really has a long-lasting effect. It's helping you get more used to the language. Okay, now, number 6. I recommend first that you complete the vocabulary, pronunciation, and the grammar sections of my course. You want to do those first. Now once you've done that, then you can go through the listening and the reading sections of my course. And then you can complete the writing and the speaking sections. Now how long does it take for you to do that? We're talking about here really going through about roughly 700 lessons. So I'm guessing for you to get through all of those lessons, or majority of those lessons, you're probably looking at anywhere from maybe 3 to 5 months. That's my best guess. Now you may go faster than that. And remember that I'm just giving you a suggestion of how you can go through my course. You have complete unlimited access. You can do whatever you want. If you want to get a study guide, you can go over to onlinetoeflcourse.com. You click on the study guide icon. You can try out my 90-day study guide if you want. But remember that you have complete access to all of my lessons. You can do pretty much anything that you want. I'm just giving you a basic idea of the most effective way, in my opinion, that you could use my course. So here's what I'm saying. So 60% of your time, you're doing my first 5 suggestions. Then 40% of your time each day when you study, you're doing 6, 7, and 8 here. And I think a combination, of doing these things is going to get you where you want to be. Now what you can do now is, let's say that you've studied really hard for 1 month. Let's say, maybe not, how about 2 months? Let's say you study really hard for 2 months and you want to mark your progress. Now, I do have an additional service. If you go to the 8th section of my course, you can learn about my full-length IBT practice test, and you can take one of those if you want, maybe after about 2 months of maybe if you're studying 3 or 4 hours every day and you're following that routine religiously, day after day, week after week, month after month, and then after 2 months, if you need to mark your progress, certainly you can take a full-length IBT practice test to see your score, and that'll give you an idea of where you are right now. Alright, so there you go. So those are my 9 specific tips for you to help you begin improving your academic English language proficiency so you can improve your TOEFL score from 73 to 95. Now, like I said, you're probably looking at anywhere from probably 3 to 5 months, I think, for you to reach this goal.